Very, very scary situation in Clemson this past Saturday. And unfortunately, there's good sides, bad side to this. Fortunately, Bryant Wesco is okay. He suffered a neck injury on the punt return where he tried to scoop the ball, and then a defender wasn't doing anything dumb or mean, or I say mean, but malicious. He just hit him, and it flipped Bryant Wesco. He landed on his neck. And if you saw the replay or you saw it live, it was scary. I was like, it was like, holy smokes. And he got up and walked off. But after the trainers and so on looked at him, they determined he needed to go to the hospital. So he is okay in the sense of he didn't break his neck, but his season is over. Bryant Wesco is done. Dabo confirmed that today, that prayers were answered, as he said. And I'm glad. But unfortunately, his season is over. Bryant Wesco is the leading wide receiver for Clemson right now with 31 receptions, 537 yards, and 6 touchdowns. This guy was one of the very few players on this team who was actually having a solid football season, and one of the worst football seasons I can remember versus the expectation that Clemson has they've had in years. And it's also one of the worst football seasons that I can remember in Clemson history. You'd have to go back to the 90s to actually match some of those terrible football seasons, well, from then to now. And I'm telling you right now, when it rains, good grief, it not only pours, it monsoons in Clemson, South Carolina. I'm glad he's okay, but I'm really sad for him because his numbers were not bad. Now, I know someone's going to talk about, well, he had a few drop passes. That long pass that he dropped this past Saturday, we all know what it is. The one I'm talking about, you could tell by looking at his posture, he lost the ball in the sun. So he was turning back looking this way, and the ball, Vizina threw a beautiful pass to him, and he lost the ball in the sun. He dropped it. Wesco did have a couple of drops this year, one in the Georgia Tech game, but folks, I'm going to tell you this straight up. He was one of the very few on this football team that had a decent season. And it's just ironic to me. I hope he recovers, because at the end of the day, I talk about this all the time. This is a Clemson football channel, so I get on here and I get worked up and have fun and vent and this, that, and the other, because most people aren't going to tune in if I'm like, oh, shucks, guys, go Tigers. All right. Nobody watches that. I don't want to watch that. I mean, it's at the same time, football is not important. So aside from just football, and that this young man is a football player, probably has hopes of going to the NFL, overall, he's a human being, and I'm glad he's not going to, he didn't have some type of scary complication from flipping and landing on his neck. I'm happy about that. So it was a really, really scary play. You should go try to find the footage on YouTube of where he was fielding the punt and he got flipped and he landed on his neck. When I say landed on his neck, like he landed, I'm trying to get this good in the camera. He literally got flipped. He landed right there, bending his head like that. Looks like I'm sending gang symbols or something. It was that scary, though. I mean, the gang symbols and stuff can create a scary situation, but I'm talking about Wesco's neck. It was really scary. I'm glad he's okay, but he's not okay enough to play. And so I just hope he recovers. And I just don't know how much worse it can get for Clemson. Obviously, Clemson could lose basically the majority of the games that they have left this season. But it's just very interesting to me. Your starting quarterback got hurt. Your leading wide receiver hurt, done for the season. I mean, what's next? Is Sammy Brown's hair, his award-winning hair, is it going to fall off and run away? And I don't know if you know this or not, but Sammy Brown's hair actually has an independent NIL deal. And there we go. Some of you don't know that. Well, you learned something. That's why you're here. I mean, is he going to go bald? I don't know. All jokes aside, I mean, it just keeps getting worse and worse for Clemson. This season started out so high, and even if you didn't buy into the hype that they were actually a good football team, that they were a contender to go to the college football playoff, I'll guarantee you, most of you were like, they'll probably lose 3 games. And then there's some of you out there, it's like, I said they were going to lose 4 or 5 games. You say that every year just because you don't like Clemson. So, I mean, good grief. A broken clock is right at least twice per day. So if you keep saying it and keep saying it and keep saying it, sure, one day you will be right. With that said, it just keeps getting worse. And it's just bad. It is just really, really bad. I'm shocked that we didn't see more people hit the transfer portal, just being honest. I'm shocked that we haven't seen mass decommitments. We did lose Dre Quinn. I know someone who probably eats, sleeps, breathes recruiting will probably be like, well, we knew that was coming. Okay, great, wonderful. I wish you would tell everybody and keep holding it to yourself if you knew that was coming. Like, really, seriously, I'm being honest. If you know something, clue us. We'd love to hear it. Well, you know, his mama dates the custodian who cleans the office for so-and-so. And we knew that he was going to okay, wonderful. Please share that. Put that out in the open. Don't put that in your trench coat and walk off with it. But I'm shocked that we haven't seen that yet. But I mean, it truly is sad to see this young man get hurt. But it's just, I mean, this is just the cherry on top for this season. So anyway, folks, I may be doing a call-in show tonight. I have had a lot of people ask me, please do a call-in show again. We want to vent. We want to air the grievances. We want to let this out. You know, like a fart you've been holding. Try not to embarrass yourself. You know, you're whatever. I may do that tonight. There's a chance I'll do that. But anyway, Bryant Wesco out for the season. We can talk about that. Clemson's on a bye this week. Don't think that's going to help at all. You're not going to magically get better overnight. And then having a leader like this, a guy who walks out on the field and is making plays when no one else is, he's done. And yeah, that's the summation of our season. So if you see a live call-in show pop up in the next hour or so, it's me. And I hope you will call in. I'll put the link into the description of that video or in the chat. You'll be able to call in and chat. That was redundant. And the only thing is, I always like to give everybody the heads up. First, you don't have to show your face on here. You can actually block your camera to where it's like a true phone call. Next up, I keep it family friendly. I know everyone has their thing on language and so on. That's good for you. On here, we keep it clean, right? Trust me, there's sometimes I'd like to go on a not so family friendly tirade, and then I realize I don't do that because that's not who I am. Maybe that is who you are, but we're going to keep it family friendly on here. So, anyway, just remember that before you call in. So y'all take care of yourself. Good luck to Bryant Wesco. We wish you a speedy recovery because, yeah, you play for Clemson. Yeah, you're one of the best players on the team. You're one of the best players on the team last year, and I hate that. But as a human being, a young guy, I mean, I have a son probably his age. I just hope he gets better because he's a human being. So, yeah, I hope you get better. Folks, catch you in a little bit. Y'all take care of yourself. And as always, go Tigers.